Netgear Wi-Fi routers need to be patched immediately? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Clean Tech, home of daily technology news and reviews, and today we're going to be talking about Netgear routers. Today's video is brought to you by CleanPhone. More on them at the end of the video. So, a serious flaw found affecting almost a dozen Netgear Wi-Fi routers. Let's jump right in. Netgear has issued a patch for a high-severity vulnerability found in almost a dozen of its Wi-Fi routers and urged its users to apply the fix immediately. Given the destructive potential of the flaw, Netgear did not disclose the details other than saying that it's a pre-authentication buffer overflow vulnerability which could be used for all kinds of malicious activity, from crashing the device after a denial of service to arbitrary code execution. To abuse the vulnerability, the attackers do not need user permission or user interaction. The flaw can be used in low complexity attacks, it was said. So to boil it down, basically there's a vulnerability in the code which basically allows hackers to run different kinds of attacks or hacks on your router or through your router without necessarily needing or triggering a user prompt or a system prompt. So what exactly is it? Issuing a security advisory about the flaw, Netgear said it, quote, strongly recommends users download and install the latest firmware as soon as possible. Quote, the pre-authentication buffer overflow vulnerability remains if you do not complete all recommended steps, Netgear added. Netgear is not responsible for any consequences that could have been avoided by following recommendations in this notification. Obviously, it's just the company trying its best to, keep itself on the safe side in terms of, this vulnerability in case any legal action decides to come their way. The list of the affected devices, which includes multiple Wireless AC Nighthawk, Wireless AX Nighthawk Wi-Fi 6, and Wireless AC models, can be found on this link. Those looking to patch up their routers should navigate to the Netgear support website and type in their Wi-Fi router's model number in the search box. Once the right version is identified, press download, and under current version, select the first download with, quote, firmware version in the beginning of the title. Detailed instructions on how to apply the fix can be found in the release notes file accompanying the firmware download. Wi-Fi routers are a popular target for cybercriminals due to the fact that all of a user's traffic must go through the device. What's more, users rarely change the factory settings and update the firmware even less frequently. And that's a pretty common theme across the board, regardless of the region or the use case. Usually, a lot of the times, what happens is that people get a new router, they hook it up, make the connections, plug in the wires, the internet is working, and they just call it a day. People don't really take the time to actually ensure better security on the router's end, which is usually a lot of the which is usually something that a lot of these hackers go after in order to breach and then compromise, or using it compromise accounts like social media or bank accounts, other devices, because it's one thing leads to another pretty much. So yeah, the one advice that I can give you guys right now is just always make sure that your router credentials or your gateway credentials, they're not set to default, and you actually go in there and set something custom in there to actually ensure a better level of security for you and your loved ones. And if you got a Netgear router, this would be the time to just double check and ensure that you have performed all the necessary steps that Netgear recommends in order to just stay safe online. And preach the message, spread the word, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. CleanPhone is the perfect phone for your kids because it allows you to manage everything on the phone remotely. It has tons of amazing features, such as easily allowing you to pick and choose which apps and games your child can use, provides you access to active phone monitoring, including SMS and phone call usage, allows you to control how long and how often your kids can use apps or the internet. You can even check their call and SMS logs, including inbound and outbound calls and messages, and it is the perfect way to manage their screen time. Check them out in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day.